Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. My name is Mike. I'm the moderator in the series of videos that is all about Persian rugs and handmade carpets from around the world. I wish you and your family the very best. Hope you're having a great day and welcome to our channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you about different types of rare silk Persian carpets. These are individual rugs that I have featured in different videos in the past, but because when it comes to pure silk Persian rugs, and also with that I am including the Turkish Hareke rugs, these are the two most common types and the most famous types of silk rugs that you find anywhere in the world. And so I just tossed out a couple of pictures here. These are the ones that you would typically find. The Gom rugs and the Hareke rugs. But every once in a while, you will also find other extremely high quality and rare pure silk rugs. Now, I just want to throw this in at you really briefly before I continue. I get a lot of emails in regards to people asking me for help identifying their rugs, and the vast majority of them has to do with silk rugs. Typically, they either purchased a silk rug either while they were vacationing in places like India, Turkey, Egypt, or they inherited a piece, or they found something that they liked buying. I have made a lot of videos that I have put in the channel. If you are second guessing yourself as far as what type of silk rug you may have, please look at the link below in this description. I'm going to throw this in there. It's also in our channel. I have made a lot of videos where I try to help you identify or at least point you in the right direction. As our channel keeps growing, I'm getting more and more emails, oftentimes, or questions that people leave behind the comments section, and it is heartbreaking. I want you to know how absolutely heartbreaking it is for me when I can tell you right now, 90%, well over 90%, well over 9 out of 10 people that ask me to look at a rug, and I always tell people, just like I've done in this video, and I'm going to be continuing to do it, I always tell people, I'm not an expert, nor will I ever hope or plan to be one. I grew up in the Persian rug business, but I'm not that arrogant, conceited, where I would tell you that I'm an expert at something. I can only tell you this is what I grew up in. And if I don't have an answer, I will ask my friends and family, say, hey, you know what, can you guys help me with this? Well, 9 out of 10 times I have been asked to look at something, and I oftentimes do. I said, no problems, time permitting, I will look at your rug, and vast majority, unfortunately, I have been the bearer of bad news. So please, as I do these videos, and like I said, I got a Mashad, I got a Kashan, and I have a Tabriz rug here. I'm going to be featuring a couple of other rare pure silk rugs that are going to be featured in part 2 of this series of about the silk rugs. But please do note that I'm always here for you if you have any questions. Like I said, these are the types of rugs. I also have them obviously featured in my own website, and yes, they are for sale. But if you're asking for help, I have absolutely no problems answering your questions. But be prepared that in the event that you're having doubts about what it is that you have, when it comes to silk rugs, you have a very high probability of me giving you bad news. And as I always tell people, I welcome you to get a second, third, and fourth opinion. I love to be proven wrong. I love it when somebody comes back and says, Mike, you said it was not a genuine piece. It turned out to be fake. Well, guess what? It turned out to be genuine. I would love for that to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm an optimist. But to get back, I had to just get that off my chest, and I do apologize. Just in the day before taking this video, I've had 3 folks, someone in Australia, United States, as well as someone else. I forgot what they were. I think 2 of them were Americans, 1 were Australian. All about silk rugs, and I had to give 3. Basically, I had to deliver the bad news 3 times. And so I was going to do this video about the silk rugs anyways, and so I guess you can say I got a little bit frustrated. So I do apologize, but it just shows that I'm a human being too. I love doing what I'm doing here with my channel. It's part of my business, but like I said, this YouTube channel, this is just my own personal baby, and it's a pride and joy, and I love doing it. I don't have anyone who helps me with the editing and all that, so I do that in my spare time. But yes, it's a hobby. But to get back to this video, I have, this is a 2-part. In the first part, in this piece, I'm going to introduce you to 3 beautiful, unique, pure silk Persian rugs. Now, in all 3 cases, these are all just absolute stunning pieces that I have featured in some of my other videos, but I've never actually put a collection of rare silk Persian rugs that are not Gom or Harike. So here you have a pure silk Tabriz with a beautiful, gorgeous gumbat design at the bottom. And as you can see here by the picture, it's an extremely rare example of a pure silk Tabriz rug. And it is also signed by the Jafari family. The Jafari family in Tabriz is one of the best known, highly respected gumbat designers and weavers. But like I said, in this case, we have a pure silk piece, and this one also had a smaller twin set, which are hanging on the wall in one of my clients' homes in Utah. Just absolutely amazing pieces. But the pure silk Tabriz are so rare that at the moment, like I said, this is only one of a few that we have. And I'm going to be featuring the other one, which is a pure silk Haji Jalili. It's an antique piece. I'm going to be featuring that in the second part of the video that I'm going to be taking after this one. So anyways, here is the gumbat piece. Like I said, here it is on the ground, and I'm going to, when I get behind the camera, of course, show you the close-ups and everything. It's just a stunning piece. And then here is the picture of it. Then to my far right is the Kashan. The Kashan, this is also pure silk, semi-antique. I featured this in one of my recent videos when I talked about the Kashan rugs, because it's really unusual to find the pure silk Kashans. And as you can see by the picture, very classic, very traditional Persian rug. As always, like I said before, when I get behind the camera, I'll show you the features. It's just a really unique piece. It's also a beautiful collectible. Then lastly, we have this older Mashad. This was one of 2 pure silk Mashad rugs that I featured. When I made the video the last time where I featured the Mashad rugs, it turned out that One of my clients saw the video, fell in love with it, and they literally ended up with two guys. They seem to be almost fighting over this rug. Both of them just beautiful individuals. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting them in person, but well, there for a while there, I thought there was a fella in the southern part of Africa and another fella in Canada who were going to be going 12 rounds over who was going to be getting the Mashad. So I had featured two of them, and this is the only one left. The pure silk Mashads are extremely rare, and what is also unique about them is the design. They tend to have a non-Persian, almost like a Kazakh. This is more like a tribal design, as you can see here, and you can see when you look at the picture and when I show it to you up close. This, in my opinion, this is my own personal take. This is almost like something you would find in an Egyptian museum. If you were to look at, to me, I always look at it like, I went to a museum once and they had, you know, the pyramids, and they had opened them up and they had all this Egyptian art. Well, I don't know what it was about the way it looks. The calligraphy, I'm looking at what I could swear was Egyptian art, but it's so beautiful. But it is unlike what you would expect to see in Persian rugs. So I thought I'm going to introduce you to these three examples of pure silk Persian rugs that are not gom or hareke. And then, like I said, in the second part of the video, I'm going to be Part 2 is going to be an old antique Tabriz and also an old hareke. It's also basically to bring you back, but these are also such rare pieces that they belong in a video of their own. So now, as I've always done, I'm going to get behind the camera. I'm going to show you some of the details of all three pieces, and then I'm going to come back to you at the end and I'm going to say my quick goodbyes to you. So for the second part of the video, I'm going to start out with the gombat piece here and feature some of the highlights. I was going to lay it out, but I actually kind of like the way it looks. We just kind of threw it on the chairs, but main reasons for being is also because of the, and I'm doing this on purpose. I'm moving from one side to another, and you can see how the coloring change. I mean, this is what you look for. And as I mentioned to you, this is a genuine Jafai. We also featured this gombat design, this weaver, in one of our own videos. I'll put the link below in the description. So normally the Tabriz rugs are wool rugs. The finer ones are made with lamb wool. And then they have the higher end pieces have the silk highlights in them, and then the very fine ones also have a silk foundation. Pure silk Tabriz rugs are extremely rare. So here is an example of one. And as I mentioned to you earlier, I also get a lot of the emails, and when people ask me about a silk rug that they have, and I don't want to throw in my shadow there, but here's what I want to point out to you right here. If you notice, look at the rug that you may have. If you are questioning whether what you have is real or not, I want you to take a look and see how the silk looks when you bend it a little bit. This is what real natural hand-knotted Persian rugs are all about when they are pure silk. This is what you would expect to see. I just thought I threw that in because, like I said, unfortunately, I've had to be the bearer of bad news yesterday with several of our viewers who had asked me for help with their rugs, and I thought I got that out of my system, but apparently not. So here is the gombat design. Also, like I said, if you want more information about it, it's known as a dome pattern. Feel free, look below, and also look at our channel. There's a ton of other videos about it. So this is a Tabriz. Then in the back we have the Kashan. The Kashan, this was featured in one of my videos shortly before, about a week before I took this video right here. And so, and it's really unusual for the Kashan weavers to make pure silk rugs. But you can see it in the videos that I have about the Kashan rugs. I talk about how Kashan is influenced due to the neighboring close rug weaving centers. It's kind of like in the center between Qom, Isfahan, and Nain. And you can see a lot of the influence. Well, this is a pure silk piece. Extremely durable, but again, these are the types of rugs that people genuinely either hang on walls or they place in formal areas. Obviously, this is not something that you typically just walk over day and night. And so, but the Kashan, the pure silk Kashans are extremely fine pieces. They are, in terms of knottage, very similar to the Tabriz. And they actually have about 350, 400 knots per square inch. But these are double knotted, so these are extremely fine pieces. I mean, they're very strong, very sturdy pieces. But another one right here is the Mashad. The Mashad, contrary to the Kashan or the Tabriz, this is made with a Persian knot, similar to the Qom rugs. This is an extremely, extremely fine piece. And like I said, the Mashad, the pure silk ones, they're just few and far apart. I'm starting to stutter because the more as I'm taking the video of the close-ups, I can sit here for hours and just look at it. The design is something that you would typically find in the tribal rugs, in the Kazakh rugs. Like I said, this looks like it could be from the Caucasus region, except for the fact that we know it is a Mashad rug. The Mashad, along with Qom, a lot of you, some of you may know, those are the two what we call the spiritual centers of Iran. And but the Mashad rugs tend to be similar. They are wool rugs. They tend to be somewhat more in line with the Kashans. So when you have pure silk rugs like this, it's just such a phenomenal pleasure just to being able to feature them. And they also have the unique fringes along the top and bottom, and you can see how they're colored. It's just a beautiful piece. Again, this is one of those rugs where if you are a fan of Persian rugs and you want to get more information about them, feel free to look at the link below, and then you will see all of the close-ups, pictures, and all that stuff when you click on it. So there it is, the 3 rugs that I wanted to feature in this video. I hope you enjoyed the close-ups. And again, I have, like I said, there's a ton of links for you in the description if you need it. So I hope you liked the video about the 3 beautiful, rare, pure silk Persian rugs. Again, if you have any questions or if you like our channel, obviously we'd love to have you click that subscribe button. Also, you got questions, feel free to put them in the comments section or email them to us. If you want to see close-up pictures, more details about any of the rugs that we feature in any of our videos, typically put the links to the rug pages, if they're available, in the bottom of our, in the description below. You can also visit us at mprugs.com, of course. And so I want to thank you I hope you enjoyed the video. Wishing you and your family the very best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to coming back to you with many more videos to come. Take care. Bye-bye.